This is the news. Ren, the independent Welsh artist, is #1 in the album charts, which is an incredible feat. I understand he's outsold Rick Astley, who came in at #2, by around 6,000 units. An incredible achievement. If you just look, let's have a little look at the album charts here. So you've got Sick Boy by Ren at #1. Rick Astley's there at #2. You've got The Streets at #4. So I think he's beat The Streets as well. Incredible. Dark Side of the Moon by Pink Floyd, which has obviously been out for a while. But shout outs as well to Death of Guitar Pop, Be Lucky, another independent artist breaking the top 10, which is incredible. It's a very difficult thing to do. It's a huge success story, not just for Ren and his fans and his team, but for everyone on the outskirts of the music industry. From what I understand, this has been achieved without a major label, very little radio play that I know of, hardly any mentions on mainstream media. It's certainly been it's an organic people power thing. It's even more incredible due to the fact that Ren has played 0 live gigs or made any public appearances anywhere in the lead up to this release. In fact, I don't think he's played since before lockdown. You can check me on that one, I'm not sure. But I don't think his health was good enough to play after lockdown. And he's currently receiving treatment for a medical condition in Canada. So this is an outrageous chart position. And it was achieved by a few things. First of all, sheer talent. You can tell this guy has put in his 10,000 hours and then some to become a master of his craft. Lyrically, it commands a lot of replay value, such as the well thought out concepts. His flow, it hooks you in and dances around just enough to keep things interesting, but without forcing the issue or turning it into some sort of lyrical miracle word salad of confusion. And crucially, I think it's his melodic singing and all-round musicianship means that he can't be written off by critics as just another rapper. In fact, most of his new fans admittedly hated rap music before they heard of Ren. And many still dislike rap music apart from Ren. This is a very unusual set of circumstances in every regard. The fans who found him in the last year were mostly taken in by a breathtaking performance with a guitar, but they hung around for banging boom bap beats and strange electro beats, such as he's pulled to many. And part of that also brings us up to #2, his journey. As I mentioned earlier on, he's had 0 gigs or public appearances in the lead up to this album release, but that's not to say he hasn't paid his dues in the past. He was gigging as a solo artist for many years, as well as performing with his band The Big Push. He could also be found busking regularly in the likes of Brighton. All of these performances would have helped him to hone his craft, improve his skills, and find his unique voice. It was already a bit of a big deal on the underground scene already, but it was only less than a year ago that the music video for Hi Ren would drop and take everything up a notch, or 10,000 million billion notches. I've never seen one music video being shared so much online ever. Famous people who don't normally share music videos, they shared it. But what was most telling for me was friends' grannies sharing it a few months after it was released. You know, even just a couple of months ago, I was getting text messages and WhatsApps from people I hadn't spoken to in a while, telling me I need to check this Ren guy out. This song exploded in a way I've never seen before for an organic, unsigned act. Or anyone, to be honest, or anyone, anywhere. I've never seen it before. I doubt we'll see it again. And also what was amazing to see was for this song, the comment section was 99.9% positivity. Positivity swimming around comment section for something so famous is very unusual. It's unheard of. He touched a nerve with an international audience of all ages. It's an exceptional performance, there's no doubt about it. The video is incredible, and it's heightened by the true nature of the feeling behind the words that he spits, sings and screams. Ren suffers from an autoimmune disorder, which seems, from my understanding, to have its beginning with Lyme disease. This has drastically impacted his ability to lead a normal life, never mind a touring rock star's life. His battles, both physically and mentally, and his ability to accurately describe how it makes him feel, leaves a massive impact on the listener, who either empathises or sympathises with the frustration and horror that comes with something so crushingly terrible, holding someone so talented back from living their life. Perhaps the timing of a nation holding on to elements of a post-lockdown PTSD can relate to Ren now more than ever. Everyone wants this story to have a happy ending, and right now I understand he's still chained to an IV machine in Canada for 5 out of 7 days. While he's doing that, his fans spread the word for him. Before he went abroad, he made lots of music and lots of music videos. In fact, this album was recorded before, I think before even the video made this impact. So everyone wants to have a happy ending, and they wanted to see this number one. They're cheering this like a family member won the lottery on an Olympic gold. They want to see him have number one records. They want that main stage slot at Glastonbury for him. They want a sold out world tour for him. A win for Ren is a win for them. Which takes me to the third thing that made Ren get a number one album, and that is the fans. I have never seen such a diverse age group so excited within the same short time period about a musical act ever. This is beyond a cult following. These fans are sharing Ren everywhere. I think they would go door to door and start conversations about the good word of Ren, if need be. I suspect some of them already are. Ren, earlier on tonight, had people glued to the radio, to the top 40 for the first time since the 90s. There is people buying multiple digital and physical copies of the album and gifting them to their friends. There seems to be a genuine movement of kindness developing all over Ren's Rabbit Hole Facebook group. An unreal level of fandom that normally takes decades to cultivate. And with the exception of the early hardcore pre-High Ren fans, this has happened in the blink of an eye. The most interesting part for me has been seeing people of a certain age being introduced to hip-hop for the first time, especially the battle rap side of things. Someone called Ren out and he responded with a quick-witted a cappella that turned a negative into a positive. And it was just sweet seeing people of a pension age Googling the origins of battle rap and end up on Wikipedia discussing flighting, which began in Scotland, by the way. In summary, this is an inspiring story for anybody in poor health, anyone who feels unseen, and anyone making music independently. I'm sure this number one album will begin some sort of backlash of sorts, such as the double-edged sword of this level of fame. The fame that comes with a number one album. I've already heard people saying that he made his name by talking about how stats, numbers and chart positions don't matter to him, and then he goes on the campaign trail to secure the top slot. Does that make him a hypocrite? Well, everyone has a very different definition of selling out, but to me he's not sold out by wanting this recognition. He's given his life to music. He deserves the spotlight. He deserves to be making money off it. The art that he's created was made before most people were even aware of who he was. If he were, Now, if he were to change his mindset to deliberately make hits or do a McDonald's advert, then fair enough, that would be selling out in my definition. But all he's done here is take advantage of the traction that he's gained with a little bit of luck. I'm sure the fourth reason is a little bit of luck, that helps as well. So all he's done is take advantage of the traction, and he wants as many people as possible to hear his music. He's a smart man, obviously, who's aware that his circumstances could change overnight. He's got to pay for expensive private treatment for his rare illness. So, good on him. I think this is just the start of the Ren story. But even if it isn't, he's made history by getting a #1 album in the UK, and that can never be taken away from him. So, well done to Ren, his team, and all his obsessive fans. You did something incredible today, and hopefully it can inspire a new generation of Rens, artists who overcome adversity and give us a glimmer of hope in this cruel society and murky music industry. Sick Boy by Ren is out now. If you haven't heard it, then check it out. And I would maybe advise starting with the videos on YouTube. Some incredible music videos. The album that's #1 just now leans more to his hip-hop alter ego side of things. The next one is rumoured to be more of a singer-songwriter release, which definitely has an even bigger chance of commercial success. Hopefully the next year brings us those live shows, and more importantly, his health. This is the news on You Call That Radio. We cover music from the underground up with interviews, commentary and live sessions. Please subscribe if you enjoyed this today, and we'll see you next time. Bye!